Ellen tries to revive her damaged reputation by getting Kim Kardashian and Jennifer Aniston to appear on the show. Will it work? Welcome back to Binge-Worthy Network. Cancelled Ellen DeGeneres is doing everything to bring back her good reputation. But will it work thanks to Kim Kardashian and Jennifer Aniston? But before we jump in, hit that like and subscribe button to be notified and updated on the latest Hollywood drama and news. The iconic daytime talk show hostess, Ellen DeGeneres, has had a career like no one else. From starting as an actress and stand-up comedian, Ellen slowly built up her career and created a daytime talk show empire. But after years and years of accusations, the Ellen Show hostess found herself under a lot of fire. From thousands coming forward with secret information to Ellen simply not being entertaining enough, millions of viewers have gone from fans to haters. But despite all of this backlash, Ellen still tried to regain her reputation with the help of mega Hollywood A-listers. As a way to boost up viewership for her final season, Ellen kicked off the show with Kim Kardashian, Jimmy Kimmel, and Jennifer Aniston. All of these celebrities are close friends of Ellen's, which is why it wasn't so surprising to see these stars alongside the controversial host. Along with Hollywood A-listers, Deadline reports that The Ellen Show would go back to filming their segments in front of a live studio audience. Jennifer Aniston, who was the show's very first guest in 2003, will kick off the show with Jimmy Kimmel, while Kim Kardashian West will sit down for the first time since ending Keeping Up with the Kardashians. The show will also feature Tiffany Haddish and Imagine Dragons during the premiere week. They will be joined by a full studio audience for the first time since the pandemic hit. More than 155,000 requests came in to be in the crowd, which will follow all health and safety protocols and COVID-19 guidelines. DeGeneres is set to walk down memory lane during the final season, checking in on many of the human interest stories that she shared, as well as reminiscing about past celebrity appearances. But even though the host tried to remind the viewers why they liked her so much, Ellen simply could not bypass her ruined reputation. As you might remember, Ellen's downfall began in the year 2020. Anonymous employees of The Ellen Show gave a shocking interview to BuzzFeed News. The explosive article soon took over the entertainment industry, as Hollywood was shocked to find out some nasty behind-the-scenes secrets about the daytime talk show host. In the BuzzFeed article, we see one senior producer by the name of Kevin Lehman getting exposed for his problematic behavior and sexual misconduct. The employees opened up about several incidents where Kevin displayed acts of harassment. The BuzzFeed article read, one ex-employee said head writer and executive producer Kevin Lehman asked him if he'd give him a handjob or perform oral sex in a bathroom at a company party in 2013. In May 2017, another former employee also said she saw Lehman grope a production assistant in a car and kiss his neck. Nearly a dozen former employees who range from longtime senior-level employees to production assistants said it was also common for Lehman to make sexually explicit comments in the office, like pointing out male colleagues' bulges in their crotches or asking them questions like, "Are you a top or a bottom?" But that's not all, because many former employees thinks it would have been impossible for Ellen not to know about the toxic work environment she created for her team and employees. Everyone acted really differently around her. There's a show that's happening behind the show that the executive producers have us all put on for her when she comes to the offices. For someone who's so involved in the show and the creative aspect and having been in those meetings with her, it's very hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that she doesn't hear the same whispers. She knows S goes on, but she also doesn't want to hear it. Another employee shared the same sentiment by stating Ellen is responsible for creating a toxic work environment and not paying attention to all the clues that suggest her staff is suffering. If she wants to have her own show and have her name on the show title, she needs to be more involved to see what's going on. I think the executive producers surround her and tell her things are going great, everybody's happy, and she just believes that, but it's her responsibility to go beyond that. Hearing how Ellen would not listen to the allegations of her hardworking staff, many began doubting Ellen's nice side. After all, for nearly 2 decades, all the daytime talk show host would preach about was kindness and acceptance. But after hearing the anonymous employees come forward, many began seeing a new side to Ellen DeGeneres. All of these accusations soon led the daytime talk show host to stop filming her show. But that's not all, because according to reports, Warner Bros. Began internal investigations to follow up the shocking claims of the BuzzFeed article. Ellen came forward with a statement where she tried to address all these allegations and her plans moving forward. According to DeGeneres, on day one of her show, I told everyone in our first meeting that the Ellen DeGeneres Show would be a place of happiness. No one would ever raise their voice, and everyone would be treated with respect. Obviously, something changed, and I am disappointed to learn that this has not been the case. I could not have the success I've had without all of your contributions. My name is on the show in everything we do, and I take responsibility for that. Alongside Warner Bros., we immediately began an internal investigation, and we are taking steps together to correct the issues. As we've grown exponentially, I've not been able to stay on top of everything and relied on others to do their jobs as they knew I'd want them done. Clearly, some didn't. That will now change, and I'm committed to ensuring that this will not happen again. As we've said, The Ellen Show had to stop the filming process. Let us remind you that all of this is happening as the COVID-19 pandemic took over every nation of the world. Forced to quarantine and self-isolate at home, The Ellen Show tried to accommodate the pandemic by filming at Ellen's house. But as the show simply lacked a certain pizzazz, the ratings of the daytime talk show plummeted. Viewers lost interest in DeGeneres as the show didn't seem exciting anymore, and that's when reports of the cancellation began circulating online. Back in 2019, Ellen announced her show would be coming back for 3 more seasons. In early January of 2021, online publication Hollywood Life posted a very interesting article all about The Ellen Show and her secret new contract. According to the magazine, in 2019, DeGeneres signed a new contract which allowed The Ellen Show to be renewed for 3 more seasons. I'm excited to announce that I'll be doing my show for 3 more years, mostly because I love doing it so much every day, but also because that takes me to the end of my car lease. From the beginning, I said that this show was going to be like a relationship. We have been through the good, the bad, the 50 Shades of Grey phase. It's been a lot of fun, and 16 years is a pretty good run. Sometimes, in a relationship, you need to take a break, but I don't. You're stuck with me because I just signed for 3 more years. And so, while DeGeneres was super confident about her stance on The Ellen Show, a lot has changed in the last year because, according to a close source, Ellen DeGeneres is ready to throw in the towel and leave her show for good. The National Enquirer released an article all about how the A-lister won't be signing a new contract come 2022. According to The Insider, Ellen's contract expires in 2022 and she has no intention of re-signing. She knows when to leave the party. After losing 1 million viewers, DeGeneres is ready to move on. It will be time to say goodbye when her contract expires. She's made more money than she can ever spend, and she'll focus on new projects and passions like flipping houses. Maybe we'll see her on HGTV. Are you ready to hear about the most shocking part of Ellen's departure? It's the fact James Corden might take up her place. The online publication, The Sun, revealed that many executives were talking about James replacing Ellen way before her controversies and scandals were brought to light. The article stated, James Corden was being eyed for Ellen's job in the long term before any of this came to light. Now, this shocking new development places a spotlight on the next step. James and his team have been trailblazers in modern TV, taking the once considered graveyard chat show slot onto a cutting-edge format with huge online, social media, and global recognition. In 5 years, he went from unknown to A-list star and creative. Currently, his CBS deal is only contracted until 2022 after he turned down a 5-year deal. Paul is a huge fan of what James does on screen. He already has a huge devoted audience, global appeal, and is loved by Hollywood. Replacing Ellen was always going to be a tough challenge, but he is a natural fit and easy transition. James would freshen up daytime and with a free hand would be allowed to build a new afternoon era. And so, while Ellen put her best efforts forward, it looks like the daytime talk show hostess should get ready to say goodbye to her once iconic career. But what do you think? Are you sad to see The Ellen Show end? Will James Corden replace Ellen DeGeneres? Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and give us a like, and don't forget to turn on your post notifications and share this video with your friends. Goodbye, everyone.